Willkommen. Welcome. Today we're going to talk Killer Sudoku, but you can tell English is not my first language. I introduce my assistant to speak. Christine?
Danke schön, Herr Professor. Welcome to Killer Sudoku. If you like Sudoku puzzles, you'll love Killer Sudoku. Many prefer Killer Sudoku because it offers more variety, complexity, and a deeper challenge than regular Sudoku, making it a more engaging and satisfying experience for those looking for something extra. In this series of lessons, we'll solve 5 Killer Sudoku puzzles of increasing difficulty by introducing various solving techniques in a step-by-step process. In Lesson 1, we'll start with a fairly easy expert-level puzzle which we'll solve in the next 3 lessons. This is the Killer Sudoku app that we'll be using. We strongly recommend that you play it on an iPad. Alright, let's get started. From the main screen, select New Game. Select Expert. Here's the puzzle. Look at what it says in the blue block. Only 72.07% of players were able to solve this puzzle. This is a very reliable indicator of how difficult the puzzle will be to solve. Puzzles in the 70s will be quite easy. In the 60s will be moderately difficult. In the 50s will be the most difficult. When you start a new puzzle, watch for the percentage because it disappears very quickly and there's no way to get it back. Okay, so this is what an expert-level Killer Sudoku puzzle looks like at the start, completely blank. All the squares are grouped into what are called cages with the total in the upper left corner. We don't like the word cages, so we're going to call them sums, as in totals. The sums can contain as few as 1 square or as many as 5 or 6. Just as with regular Sudoku, we have 9 blocks, rows and columns containing each of the numbers 1 through 9. There's one additional important restriction in Killer Sudoku: no number can be repeated within any sum. So, how do we solve this? Step 1, Singles. Look at block 2. There's a sum with only 1 square, so we know it's a 6. Block number 4 contains a single 3. You will find between 0 and 3 singles to start off with, so look closely for them. Step 2, Rule of 45 with 1 crossover. Now we're going to apply the Rule of 45. The significance of 45 is that it's the sum of the numbers from 1 to 9. We'll see how that applies, but first let's speak about crossovers. Look at this sum in block 1. It is completely contained within the block. So is this one. And this one. Now look at this sum. It starts in block 1 but crosses over into block 4. This sum does as well. These are crossovers, sums that span more than one block. They're easy to spot because the block line is not bounded by dashed lines. So block 1 has 2 crossovers. We're looking for a block with 1 crossover and we find it in block 2. We're ready to apply the Rule of 45. If we add up the other sums in block number 2, that is 5, 18, 6, and 8, that's a total of 37 for 8 of the 9 squares, so the remaining square must be 45 minus 37 is equal to 8. Are there any more blocks with only 1 crossover? Yes, block number 3. 4, 10, 14, 10 equals 38. So the remaining square is 7. We can complete that sum. 15 minus 7 is equal to 8. Now, look at the rest of the blocks. They all have multiple crossovers. But we're not done yet. Now let's look at the rows. When we're searching for the Rule of 45 in the rows and columns, we need to look at the double dashed lines running horizontally and vertically. We need to find double dashed lines that go all the way across with just one break. We found one in row 2. There's just one problem. There's only one crossover between rows 2 and 3, but multiple crossovers between rows 2 and 1, so we can't just add up row 2. Here's the solution. Combine rows 1 and 2 and now we have 2 complete rows minus 1 square. Add up all the sums in rows 1 and 2 except the 13 sum that we're excluding and we get 86. The base number for 2 rows is 45 times 2, which is equal to 90, so the result is 4. This is generally how we apply the rule of 45 to rows and columns. We need a straight line all the way across to form the rectangle, -1 square, and that will almost always be the closest edge, although this puzzle has a straight line between rows 4 and 5 that could have been used. We can insert 9 to complete the sum. We found another single crossover in row 8. Adding rows 8 and 9 equals 82, so the result is 8. We're still not finished because now we need to look at the columns. We found another single crossover in column 3. Adding up columns 1, 2, and 3 we get 129. The base number for 3 columns is 45 times 3, which is equal to 135, so the result is 6. We can insert 3 to complete the sum. That's all we can do right now with the rule of 45. How are we doing so far? An appropriate target at this stage is 7 results. We have 10, so we're ahead of the game. This concludes Lesson 1. In Lesson 2, we'll fill in all the blank squares with their candidates.
Don't forget to like and subscribe.